When you start watching these YouTube channels, you get the sense that everything in the Philippines is perfect. You want to start enjoying the culture, the people, and that's all fine and good. And once you decide to do that and you want to come, this Philippines is not for the faint of heart. It's not a negative video. It's just I just want to prepare you for coming to the Philippines. You're probably that 1% of Americans that's tired of the status quo. You're tired of being ignored. You're tired of being lonely. Whether the political reason that you want to come over here just to get away from the U.S. or someone in your love life that just basically mess you all up, right? And now you're at this point where you're saying, okay, I've watched all these YouTubers. It's great. I'm gonna go, and I watched Sam. I'm ready. Yeah, he's painted this picture of what Philippines all about, and I want that. I want to do that. Well, actually, that's when the work begins. Senior citizens or people that are over 50 or 60, they're active. They're ready to roll when they're here. Now, if you've been at home for the last 5 or 10 years, whether you're in a retirement home or if if you're in your 50s or 60s and you want to come, you have to get ready. You got to get your mindset. You have to get physically ready, and you got to get financially ready, right? So I'm going to go over those 3 things. First thing that you need to get ready is the physical part. If you haven't been active for the last 6 months or a couple of years, you're gonna have a tough time just to get on the plane. This is like an 18, 19, 20-hour flight. Maybe 24 with some stopovers. If you can't make a 1-hour flight, you're gonna have a tough time. And then you're gonna come here and you may get sick because you're just not physically fit. So I would recommend maybe 6 months to a year that you start getting your body right? Start eating good, start exercising. I don't mean running a marathon, and I don't mean even running a 5K. Just walk around the block and then start walking around the school or a park just to get yourself in shape. Do some push-ups. You don't need to go to the gym. You don't need to join any kind of membership. Just start getting your body ready. You got to get ready for the women. The odds are the women going to be younger than you are, whether it's 5 years younger, 10 years, 20 years. I've seen guys that are 30 years older than the girls are dating. So that part is very, very important if you really want to enjoy your time here. The second thing that you need to get ready for, you got to get your financial situation set. You got to get your airplane tickets. You got to set up your hotel situation. All things has to be set. You want to come here and relax, right? You want to come here and enjoy the people, the culture. You don't want to be here worrying about what's going on back in the U.S. or back in UK or Australia. You don't want to be worried about all that, right? The financial situation is important. If you're going to be here for 6 months, well, the mortgage has to be paid for 6 months, unless you're planning on selling your house before you get here. But most of you on the first time, you're not going to sell your house. You're going to come here and look around and see if all the things that Sam said or all these other YouTubers has said is true. Financially, you got to do it, and you got to prepare that. You hear a lot of these stories where people are here, or they caught themselves short when it comes to where to stay, where to live. Now, if you're planning on just renting a house or renting an apartment or renting a condo, eating once or twice a day, but there's no partying, there's no going to all these resorts. That $800 is basically a bare minimum where someone coming to the Philippines want to enjoy the Philippines. You're going to enjoy yourself even at $800, I guarantee you. But if you're not going to stay in an apartment, and if you're not going to just eat like the locals, and you plan on going to these different resorts, and you plan on partying every night, having alcohol or a different women every night, I don't know. But now that $800 a month gonna be maybe $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month. Multiply that by 6 months. It has to be planned. Otherwise, if you're only planning for $800 a month, like my budget, in 6 months, that's $4,800. And if you're gonna party and go to a resort, that $4,800 is gonna last you for 1 month. And you're gonna be one of those, foreigners gonna be stuck in the Philippines and they're out of money. So you have to plan for that, right? And how do you know how much? Well, you watch these YouTube videos. You get all these different ideas. My budget was $800. You got another guy that's $1,500. Why? Look at what he's doing for that $1,500. Is he staying in an upscale condo? Or a guy has a $3,000 budget, and because he's supporting his girlfriend now, the one that he's planning on marrying. He's supporting her family. And that $800 a month becomes $3,000 or $4,000 a month very quickly if you don't plan. A lot of these girls that says, "Oh yeah, I'm the breadwinner." Well, if you decide to be her boyfriend, guess what? You become the breadwinner. Or you're a breadwinner for her and her kids that she didn't tell you about when you were chatting. Or you're a breadwinner for her whole family. Get those financial situations ready so that when you come here, there is no surprise. And the last thing that I want to share with you is the mental part. I don't know any of you have dated girls that are 20 or 30 years old, and now you're 40, 50, 60 years old. Her mindset is completely different than your mindset. So you have to get that mindset ready. I'll give you a story. I was going out with a girl, one of my first girlfriends. We might have been together for a couple of years. I remember and this is what happened. I was at her parents' house, and we're walking around all over the province, and we're catching the tricycle to go from the mountain downtown back and forth. And I just mentioned the word, I like to get a motorcycle or a scooter, because you see them roaming around. Well, when I came back to the U.S., and we're chatting on the internet, and she said, "Oh, I got you a new motorcycle." What? She got me a new motorcycle. I said, "Well, how did you get that new motorcycle?" And she goes, "Well, and she ran out and she showed me it's a white Honda. I know it's a Honda motorcycle." And I said, "Is that a clutch or automatic?" She goes, "Oh, it's clutch." I was like, "But I don't even drive a clutch." She goes, "Oh, it's okay, we'll teach you." And I said, "Well, I'm not living with you in Bye-Bye. I just came and visit." "Oh yeah, but my father and my brothers, they would drive it while we're gone." I said, "But we live in Manila." So that was why I asked her to return that bike, because I'm not gonna pay for it. And it was on a monthly payment plan. Well, that was how she thought at age 21. You remember the things that you did at age 21. So mentally, you have to be tough. And when that situation arises, you can't get upset with her. You got to understand where she's coming from. She's thought that when I said, "Man, I would love to get a scooter," she thought that I meant to go buy one. A little, that's a clue on maybe this might not be the girl. So you have to get ready for the culture. That's part of the mental part. The diet, the food. If you're used to hamburgers, steaks, whatever you're used to in the U.S., well, here, I don't know how you can prepare for it, but there's a lot of pork, rice. If you don't like rice, I've heard stories where Filipinos would cook rice for her and her kids in whatever dish is, and then she had to turn around and cook for her boyfriend a completely different dish, whether it's an American dish or a Scandinavian dish. When she's not willing to adapt, and you're not willing to adapt, it becomes a situation, right? And that becomes stressful mentally. How do you prepare for all this stuff? You have to ask. You got, when you're chatting with these girls, these 6 months that you're chatting with these girls before you come over, you have to start asking these questions. Ask yourself about your financial situation. Ask yourself about the travel. Ask yourself about the physical part of this whole thing. Get yourself ready. I commend you for wanting to get out of that computer screen. I made a video where it's great to have connectivity so you can see the world through a laptop or a desktop. But once you make that decision to go, now your body's ready to go, right? Well, you have to organize it. And coming to the Philippines is not for the faint of heart. You really have to do some work. If you don't, it's either going to be a great experience or a bad experience. And watch as many YouTube videos as you can. Like I said, I didn't have that information. All the things that I'm sharing with are trial by error. I made mistakes. In 15 years, I have hundreds of those. So making these videos for you guys, things would come into my mind, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to share that with you guys, and this is one of them. You're coming over here, you got 3 things you need to do. Very simple. I like to keep everything simple when you want to come here. Get yourself ready physically, right? Get yourself ready mentally, because you're gonna go through some stuff, and then get your financial situation straightened up. Whether it's a hotel, travel, what's going on back home. You get those 3 things straightened out before you make that flight to come over here. You're gonna have a great time, right? You're gonna really have a great time. All right, guys. I hope you guys are having a great day, no matter where you are. We really do appreciate you guys joining us, and I will see you guys on our next video. All right, talk to you guys later, and have a great day. Bye-bye. Have dinner, and I kind of just went off the side street, and I was just sitting there having a cup of coffee and enjoying the view. And inside around 8:30, the band kicked off. I don't know if you love music. I love it a lot, but I saw a band last night. It's called Part 3. They're a local band, 15 years. 2 of the members, the keyboard guy, he's 29, but the lead singer is his dad. I don't want to give away his age, but he is an amazing singer. And then you got Ace, the bass player, Edwin, the drummer, Eddie, the lead guitarist. I met them all. They're just great people. But the music just reminded me of the 80s, the 90s. It's really cool to be able to see something that you saw in the U.S. You don't want to change. The music. You want that music to be the same type of music that you listen to when you're in the U.S. And you guys can follow them. You tell me if you ever come to Manila and you're in Makati area and you go and watch them, let me know what you think about the band. It's crazy. I was just gonna go in there for about 20-30 minutes, and man, I must have stayed there till 4 or 5 hours. I think they had like 3 sets. They didn't finish until, I'm gonna guess, around 1 o'clock, and I was there till the end. I wasn't there at the beginning. But with this group, they sing. The whole set, they're singing one after another, and it's great. It's great to watch a band that just keeps singing. And then in between the breaks, they will talk to the audience, which is really cool. And towards the end of the night, they will allow some what they call jammers. If you love to sing, you jump up there and